Viewers, welcome to Mobilemaths with Try. If you are new, please subscribe on our YouTube channel Mobilemaths and like our videos. Today I want us to look at November 2021 paper 2. Okay, so we are going to look at section A. Please, for section A, try as much as possible to get all the 52 marks, so that when you go to section B, you have scored more than half the marks of your paper. So when we have a circle geometry like this, my first advice is to first of all try to find all the angles that you can first before answering any question. In our case then, we are given a diameter there which is passing through a center O there. So when we have a diameter like that, it means this angle at this point, at point B there, is 90 degrees there. Okay. When that angle is 90 degrees, we are given that BCE, this whole angle there is 53 degrees. So I can also calculate this angle there. Okay, using the idea of triangles. So it's going to be 180 minus 90 minus 53. Okay, so let's do that. If I subtract, let me just subtract. We are saying 180 minus 90 minus 53. That will give us this angle here. Okay. 180 minus 90 minus 53. I'm getting a 37 there. So I will write 37 for this angle. Okay, this angle is 37 there. Okay, like that. Then another information that we have from here, let's see. We have this here. We have got this is also another angle subtended by the diameter there. So we can also say this is all 90 degrees. So when this is all 90 degrees, the smaller angle there that is left there is going to be 90 minus 48 degrees. So 90 minus 48, what do we get? 90 minus 48, we get 42 degrees. So this is 42 degrees. Okay. Let's go on. If this is 42 degrees, this angle here, I'm going to highlight something. If this is 42 degrees, then the angle at the center there will be twice that. This angle is going to be twice that. So we are using the idea of the angles there. So it's going to be 42 by 2, we get 84. So this angle is 84 degrees there. Okay. Then when I get that angle, the other angle at the center there, this one there is going to be 1. That's now 360 degrees. Angle at a point, they add up to 360 degrees. So it's going to be 360 degrees minus 84. I'll get myself 276 degrees. Okay, so that's this other angle there. Fine. Let's see what other angle can we find. Which other angle? Okay, I think for now, let's just leave it there. Can we leave it there? Yes, we can leave it there. Let's go to the question and see what they are asking us. The first one is saying, name any two angles which are equal to ADE. 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 Where is our ADE? Okay, that one. I didn't see that one coming. So it means when they are saying ADE, I can as well extend this point there, so that we have this ADE there. So looking at ADE, this angle, we don't know its value, but I can use this chord and say this angle here is the same as this angle there. So it's also going to be 53. Okay, I hope you see that. So we are saying this is 53 degrees. So we want to find another angle that is 53 there. Then what else can we do? Where can we have another 53? Another 53. Okay, fine. I can also do this. Since they did that, I can also do this. I'm going to take from A to B there, such that the same chord here, subtending this one, is the same chord subtending to there. This angle will also be 53. Okay, so I can say this is also 53 degrees. So at the end of the day, the angle that are similar to ADE are going to be equal to ACE, which is also equal to ABE. They are all coming from A. I'm sure you can see they are all having a common A there, A there, and E. Okay, that's quite interesting there. Okay, so that was the first part. Let's go to the other question. Calculate BEC. BEC. Where is our B? BEC. That's 37 degrees there. We have just done that. Let's go to the other question. And we calculated, the reason was angles in a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. BAE. Okay, this whole angle there, that's the one that we want to calculate at that point. So for that one, I can just say the angle is going to be, I can use the cyclic quad. Fine, interesting. Let's use the cyclic quad, guys. Okay, my cyclic quad is this one. Here. Oh, that was wrong. There. So this angle and this angle, when you add them together, they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so when they add up to 180 degrees, I can say, since they all add up to 180 degrees, I can say 180 minus 53 degrees, this one here. So I'll get my angle as 120. So this whole angle is 127 degrees. Okay. Let's move on to the other one. DOC. Where is our DOC there? Let's see the angle D. Where's my D? Oh, D is there. D, O, where's my O? O and C. Oh, we calculated that one, 84. And we use the idea of angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference there. Okay, so that's how we answer that question, boys and girls. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question, we are being asked, given the formula V is equal to that. So you find out this question paper, it was like, the paper 2s, it was just like about 10 pages. For me to have space of writing, I had to rewrite this paper like this way so that I have space for working out. Otherwise, all the questions are there. Okay, so given V is equals to 7 over 3 pi r squared h, calculate the value of V. So we are just substituting in this case. Let's substitute and see what do we get. Okay, let's substitute. We have got V is equal to 7 over 3 times pi. We are given our pi is 22 there over 7. So we can say 22 over 7 times our r squared, that's 3 squared, times our h, that's 2.5. This we can multiply 2 here and we add, so it's going to be 5 over 2 there. So I can multiply 5 over 2. Now it's a matter of simplifying. If I want to simplify this squared, we'll cancel off the square part here because it's just like 3 times 3 here. I'm cancelling 1 3 by this 3, 7 and 7, 2 here, 11, and what else? So I will remain with I'm going to get V is equal to 11 times 3 times 5 is my answer there. So V is going to be 33 times 5, that's 165. Okay, so that's the value of V there. Let's move on to the next question. Given the formula, make R the subject of formula. Okay, so the idea here, when we have these 3 here, okay, fine, let me not talk about this one. I can first of all multiply by 3 over 7. This side, and also here 3 over 7, such that I remove this 3 and this 7 that side. So I now have 3 over 7 times V, okay, is equal to pi R squared H. And we want R there. So I can divide here by pi H. And I also divide here by pi H. Okay. So this side, they cancel off each other like that. Then this side is the same as they are dividing. 7 and pi H there, they are dividing the whole thing there. So I can rewrite this as 3V over 7 pi H here is equal to R squared. Okay, so to get our R, I multiply. R is to the power of 2. I can multiply by half here because this is the same as 2 over 1. I also multiply here by 1/2. So these will cancel off each other and we get our R. Okay, so our R is equal to any number to the power of half is the same as square root. So I can say it's square root of 3V over 7 pi H. That's the final answer there. Let's move on. Okay, here we are having 2 matrices that are multiplying each other, A and B. So the first thing that we do, we check if we can multiply A and B. This is a 2 by 2 matrix multiplying a 2 by 1 matrix. We're just saying row by column here, okay? So you find out here we have a 2 by 2, so we can multiply. Then our answer is going to be a 2 by 1 matrix, similar to this one there, okay? So let's multiply. We have got 5 minus 6 there, okay? And then minus 2 and 3, multiplying 3 and 4 there, like that, okay? So we are doing our row by column, row, multiplying by this column. So we'll get here 5 times 3, that's 15, plus minus 2 by 4, that's minus 8, okay? Then we have got this row by this column again, minus 6 times 3, we get minus 18 here, plus 3 by 4, that's a 12. So this is what we are getting. Let's simplify. 15, this is going to be 15 minus 8. We get a 7. Minus 18 plus 12, we get a minus 6. So this is our final answer, which is a 2 by 1 matrix. Then here they are asking us to find the inverse of that matrix there. Our A, so we had our A as 5 minus 6 minus 2 and 3. So inverse of that, we have to find the determinant. The determinant is equal to, we cross multiply minus that one. Okay, so it's going to be 5 times 3 minus minus 2 times minus 6 there. Okay, like that. So this is going to be 15 minus 2 times minus 6, we get 12. So we get 15 minus 12, that's a 3. So our determinant is equal to 3. Now the inverse, we write 1 over determinant. Then we now interchange the 5 and 3 and 5 there. We multiply these ones here by negatives values. So it's going to be here a 2 and here a 6. So this is the inverse matrix of A. Number 3. Okay. So this one we are going to construct on a separate paper. I'll just show you how to do it, but you are going to do it and show us the correct things there. Okay. Construct triangle. So normally it's best to just have a sketch. When they give you an angle, you start with that one first. So an angle, we've got BAC. A, that's where we want to have. So I can say this is my A, and I want to have 120 degrees there. So it's going to be 120 here, my A. Then I go to my B, and I have my C there. So this is going to be my triangle like that. Then with the dimensions that are given. Okay, so let's draw that. Okay, so I just want to try to draw this one here on my space here. Let's see, we've got a straight line. Then I mark my A. From my A there, I'm going to draw an arc from A pointing here. From A there, I draw an arc. I go to this point, I draw another arc. So now I'm joining those points there. It's going to give me something like that. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is 60 degrees there. Then inside I have 120 here. Okay, no need to write though. It's okay. So we said from A to B, it's going to be 8 centimeters. So you measure 8 centimeters for there. So if I measure, I'm getting my 8 centimeters somewhere there. So this is my 8 centimeter, and this is my B. Then from A to C, it's 7 centimeters. So my 7 is somewhere there. Okay, I measure. So this is where my C is. Now I have my C. I can join my C and my B points there. Let's join those points together. Okay, so this is our triangle. Now let's go to the next question. What is it asking us? We have done this 5 marks, so we have 5 marks already. Draw a perpendicular line from A to point BC. Okay, from A to point BC to meet BC at D. From A to point BC to meet BC at D. Okay, so basically what you do here is this. You come to A here, you open your canvas and you draw an arc like that. Then you come to this point, you draw an arc here, and you go to this point here, you draw another arc. So basically, in other words, we are bisecting angle A. Then when we bisect angle A, we get something like this, such that the angle that is this side is equal to the angle that is this side. They are going to be 60, 60, 60 there. Okay, so we have done that part there. They are saying they are going to meet BC at D. So we have to label a point D there. Let's label that point D. So here where they are meeting, it's D. This point here is D. Okay, let's give it that name D. Let's move on to the next question. Now it's asking us to locus of points that are 3 centimeters from AB. So basically we are drawing 2 parallel lines that are 3 centimeters from AB. So you count, you measure your 3 centimeters. You can go to your point A, you can draw an arc of 3 centimeters at the top and 3 centimeters at the bottom. You go to B, 3 centimeters at the top and 3 centimeters at the bottom. Then you draw yourself straight line that join those curves there. So these are the 3 centimeters here, 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter there. Okay, so that's why I was saying it's parallel there. Okay, then the last part, write down the length of BC. BC. So BC, where's BC? So basically you are measuring this length here. So it's now up to you guys to measure that one, but it's very, very big, because here it was 7 centimeter, here 8. So it will be like 13, 12, somewhere there. Then let's go on to the other one. Mark the point X inside the triangle, which is 3 centimeters from AB on the line AD. Okay, so basically point where they are meeting here. Point where they are meeting here. On this line and on this line. Okay, so it's this point here, we label it X. You are done. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Calculate the simple interest there. We are now calculating simple interest. Okay, so you must know and always remember your formula. Interest is equal to principal times rate times time, all over 100. Okay, then let's substitute. We are given our P as 800. We are given our T as 10 months. So we have to change this to a year. Okay, then we are given our rate as 36% there. So we can say our interest is equal to 800 times our rate 36 times our time, which is 10 over 12 here, divided by 100. So if I say 100 there, 100 there, so I have my interest is equal to 8 times 36 times 10 divided by 12. What do I get? 10 divided by 12, I'm getting 0.833 there. Then I multiply my interest, I'm getting it as 240. Okay, let's go to the next question. F of x is given as x squared plus 5x minus 6. Find f of 2. So we are just substituting. Where we have x, we put 2. Okay, so we come to our equation, this one. So we substitute. This is going to be equal to 2 squared plus 5 by 2 minus a 6. So we are getting 4 plus a 10 minus a 6. So this is equal to 14 minus 6. We get 8. So that's the value of f of 2 there. Okay. Then the other part is saying the values of x for which f of x is equal to 0. So we are just saying x squared plus 5x minus 6 is equal to a 0. When I have such an equation, I would love to find two numbers that when I add, I get plus 5x. When I multiply, I get minus 6x squared. You find these values, I've got minus 6x and I've got plus 6x and minus x there. That will make sense, yes, because I have plus there. So I'll rewrite this 5x using these ones. Okay, so this becomes x squared plus 6x minus x minus 6 is equal to a 0. Common factor for that, I've got x. I'll remain with x plus 6 here. Minus here, a 1. I have x plus 6 here is equal to 0. So I have x minus 1 and x plus 6 is equal to 0. So I can say for my answer now, either x minus 1 is equal to 0 or x plus 6 is equal to 0. And I can solve for here, x is equal to a 1. For this one, x is equal to minus 6. So these are the two values for our x there. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this one is saying we are given the universal set as 1 to 12. Okay, so I can rewrite this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is my universal set. Okay. Now, the second one I'm given P as x is a perfect square. Perfect square that are between 1 and 12 there. So you find out I've got 1, I've got 4, I've got 9. 1 is a perfect square, guys. Then the Q, I've got x is an even number. Between, again, in 1 and 12 there. So I've got here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 there. Okay. Now they are saying draw the universal, the Venn diagram to show all of this information. So the Venn diagram is going to be like this. I have got, if you can see from this one, you can see that I've got a 4 here and a 4 there, so they are intersecting. These guys, P and Q, are intersecting, so let's have them intersecting. This is my P, this is my Q. Okay, what do I have? We said they are intersecting, there 4. What do I have in P? I have 1 and a 9. That's the one that is remaining. I'm taking it from my values there. The 4 I have taken, so I have 1 and 9. Then for my Q, I'm left with 2. This one is taken. I have 2, I have 6, I have 8, I have 10, and I have 12. Okay, so let's go to our universal set and check what has been taken. 1 has been taken, 2, 3 was not taken, 4 was taken, 5, no, 6 was taken, 7, no, 8 was taken, 10, and 12, and 9 there. Okay, so we are remaining with 3, 5, 7, and 11 there. So those ones, we write them outside these two, P and Q. So we have 3, 5, 7, and 11. So we have drawn the Venn diagram. Now let's answer the question, the next one. List the number of elements in P complement intersection Q. So basically what it means is that we want the number. Let me show you what this means. It means that we are taking things that are outside P and intersecting them to Q. So you find out the answer is in Q there. So you are taking all these. So you are going to list, it's equal to, you say 2, you say 6, 2, 6 then, 2, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay. That's how you do this question. Let's move on to the other one. Okay, we are done. Let's do this one. Evaluate that. So it's easier to first of all remove the fractions, to write them in an improper fraction. So you'll be multiplying and adding at the top, multiplying and adding at the top. So for the first one, it's going to be 3 by 2. We get 6 plus 1, that's a 7 over a 2. Minus 6 by 4, that's 24 plus 1, that will be 25 over a 4, times 2 over 5. Now we can simplify from there. 2 there, 1, 2 there, 2. 5 there, 1, 5 there, 5. So I'm getting here, what else can I divide there? I think that will be fine. So I have 7 over 2 minus 5 over 2. Okay, fine. Then this is equal to 7. So it's basically 7 minus 2 there. I'll get 2 over 2, which is equal to a 1. Okay, so here you must always try to remember the bomb dust there. You multiply first, then you subtract. Okay. A lorry travels a distance of 123 kilometers in 1 hour 30 minutes. Find the average speed of the lorry. So speed, basically, speed is equal to distance over time. Okay, so our distance in this case is 123 kilometers over our time, which is 1.5 there. Okay, 1.5 hours. So if you divide this one, you are going to get 82 kilometers per hour. Okay. Let's go on. Solve this equation. So first of all, we write this one as an improper fraction. So it's going to be a minus 2 over 5 is equal to 1 times 2. That's 2 plus 1. That's a 3 over 2. Now we can cross multiply. We are now cross multiplying 3 by this one and 2 by that one there. Okay, let's do that. So it will be 2 by a minus 2 is equals to 3 by a 5 there. So we get a 2a minus 4 here is equal to 15. This one can go this side and becomes plus. So I have 2a is equals to 15 plus 4. 15 plus 4, I will get a 19. To get my a, I will divide by 2 there. So my A is equal to 19 divided by 2, that's a 9.5, or you can even leave it like that, it's still fine. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Factorize completely the first part there. The first part I can say this is equal to, okay, so there was an error for this one. It was impossible to factorize this one. But if we change this 2a there, 2ac there to be 2ab, we can factorize it. So we can now rewrite it in terms of 3a plus 3c minus 2ab minus 2ac, bc, sorry, bc, like that. Then I can factorize. Here, common factor 3, then I have a plus c. And here minus 2b, then I can have a plus a c there. Then I'll have my factors as 3 minus 2b and a plus a c. Okay, let's do the next question. Factorize this one completely. You find out I have a common factor. 7 can go into 63. So I can take out 7 first, and I have 9 minus a p squared there. This is a perfect square. So I can write 7 and 9. This is now a 3 minus p and a 3 plus a p, like that. So this is the answer there. Okay, let's move on. Oh, guys, we have our 52 marks already. We are now working for the 48 marks. So in this section, you are asked to answer 4 questions, of which you must try as much as possible to choose the questions that you are able to get at least out of 12 marks, 10 and above. Don't choose the questions that are difficult for you. Okay, I will show you on my next video how to choose questions from this. Take at least 2 to 5 minutes selecting the question that you know you can do, or by now you are in a position to answer these some of the questions, and you know I can do transformation, I can do histograms well, I can do fractions, I can do these vectors, and you know you can go for that question. Okay, so let's do this one together. The first question is saying we've got a table that has got this distribution of 20 learners for mathematics test. Calculate the mean mark for these students. So for us to get the mean mark, what we do will be say for 20 we multiply by the number of students there. Then we do the same for the next one. Okay, so let's do that. Our mean is going to be equal to 10 by 2 by 0 then, plus 11 by 6, plus 12 by 5, plus 13 by 4, plus 14 by 3, and lastly plus 15 by 2. Then we divide everything by the number of students that we have, which are 20. Okay, so let's add together. If we add together, we are getting here 0 plus 66 plus 60 plus 13 by 4. We get 52 here, plus 42 plus 15 by 2, that's a 30 there, all over a 20. Okay, so when we add this, let's add together. 66 plus 60 plus 52 plus 42 plus 30. Okay, I'm getting here 250. Then we divide by 20. 250 divided by 20, that's a 12.5. So this is the average there. So when we say the average, we are saying the average mark was 12.5 there. Then let's go to the next question. The information is to be shown in a pie chart. Calculate the angle that represents learners who scored 11 marks. So the learners who scored 11 marks were 6. So it's going to be 6 over 20. 6 over 20. Then we multiply by 360. Okay, so we can do that. 6 over 20 by 360 degrees, because For a pie chart, it has got angles. All the angles at the center, they'll add up to 360 there. That's how we are finding this. So 0, 0 there, 2 here, 1, remainder 1, 8, 18 times 6, we get ourselves 108 degrees. Okay. Then let's go to another question. 2 learners are chosen at random from the group. Calculate the probability that their marks are both less than 14. Both less than 14 are these marks there. So we are going to add 6 plus 5 plus 4. What do we get? We get 15. So it's going to be our probability. Our probability is going to be 15 over total number of students times we've picked one student. So out of 15, we now have 14. Over out of 20 students, we now have 19, like that. So we now multiply this 15 over 20 times 14 over 19. Then when you multiply this, you get 0.5526 as your probability there. Okay, so that's how we answer that question. Let's do the part B of the question. Okay, when we have such a question, basically, when they say 2 decimal place, I'll always repeat it. You don't have to find factors, just use your quadratic formula. So our quadratic formula says that x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, like that. Okay, then which one is our a? This is our a, this is our b, this is our c. And our b here is a negative. So when it's a negative, we have here minus times minus b there, here. So it's going to be a positive. Okay, so automatically you can take it as a positive. So we have at the end of the day, x is equal to a 5 plus or minus square root of 5 squared minus 5 times minus 5. We get a positive value of b squared there. So we get 25. Minus 4 by a, that's 3, times c minus 7, all over 2 by a 3. Okay, so our x is equals to 5 plus or minus square root of 25. 4 times 3 times minus 7 there, we get 84. So we are getting here a plus 84 there, all over a 6. Okay, so let's simplify this. I'm going to get my x is equals to 5 plus or minus square root of 84 plus 25, that's 109 over a 6. So square root of 109 there, this is equal to 10.44 there. Okay, fine. So let's use it. So we are saying our x value is x is equals to 5 plus 10.44 over 6, or x is equal to 5 minus 10.44 over 6. These are the values of x there. So it's going to be x is equals to here 15.44 over 6, or here x is equals to minus 6. Here 10 point there, I get minus, that's not a minus 6, that's a minus 5. If we say our 5 minus 10.44, that's a minus 5.44 there over a 6. So we get at the end of the day, our x is equals to here for the positive 2.57, or here for the negative is going to be minus 0.91. Okay, so these are the values of x there. So you have answered this question, you have yourself 12 marks. Let's go to the next question. This one is saying calculate. So this information, you use it when you are drawing your graph, and it will guide you like on your scale drawing. Okay, so it is very, very important to use that information there and always take note or refer to it. Okay, so let's go. We want to find the value of P and Q. We will use this equation. Okay, so let's use the equation to find the value of P. We can say our P is equal to we are saying y, which is equal to 1 minus, so our p is minus 1 there squared, minus 1 there. So we say 1 minus 2 by minus 1 minus minus 1 squared. So I'll get here 1, then here a plus 2, then here minus 1. So I'm getting at the end of the day 1 plus 2, that's 3. Then minus 1, I get a 2. So my p is equal to 2. Then my q is going to be equal, using the same formula, q is equals to 1 minus 2 by, I'm substituting with a 2 there, 2 by minus 2 squared. So it's going to be 1 minus 4, then minus a 4 again. So my q is equal to 1 minus 8, that's a minus 7 there. Okay, so we can write minus 7 here and here a 2. So we are going to use that information to draw the graph. That will be the next question automatically. Okay, so we are asked now to draw the graph. So let's go and draw the graph. I'm going to draw the graph here. Okay, so remember the scale that we were given. Okay, so the scale was saying our x is coming from minus 5 to 3. Okay, so it's going to be minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Okay, fine. That's fine. I can take it anywhere there. Okay, so my x can be, let me just draw my x. My x is going to be somewhere here, going down. This is my y here. Let me go down again. Okay, now my y is coming from minus 3 to, so I must take it from upper there. Okay, so let me take it upper. So here, this is my x-axis now, x-axis. Okay, then let's label. They are saying each box there is representing 2 centimeters to 1 unit there. Okay, so let's use that information. So we are saying minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 kg. Then here 1, 2, 3 there. Okay, then for y, I'm going to minus 8, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Hopefully it will fit here. It will minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. Okay, exactly. Then up there I have 1, 2, up to 3. Okay. Okay, now let's draw the graph. Okay, let's draw the points. Okay, the points are, the first one was, let's see the first one. The first one was minus 4, minus 7. Okay. So you can write this somewhere so that it's easier for me. Minus 4, minus 7. Okay. So we are taking minus 4 is this one. Then minus 7 is here. So let me just go down a little bit. So here is the point. Then the next one is minus 3 and minus 2. Minus 3 and minus 2. So it's this point there. Then the next one is minus 2 and 1. Minus 2 and 1. Yes, minus 2 and 1. Yes, minus 2 and 1 here. Okay. Then the next one is 1, minus 1 and 1 and 2. That's the p that we calculated there. Okay. Then the last one 0 and 1. So it's coming back. Okay. Then we have 1 and minus 2. Okay. Like that. Then we have got 2 and minus 2. 2 and minus, oh, minus 7, sorry. 2 and minus 7, it's coming back to here. Okay. So this is our graph there. So it's a, let me just draw it nicely, curve. It's easier to just draw it first from this direction, then you go the other direction. Okay. Okay, the second one was not correct. It's not coming out nice. So it will be a smooth graph. Okay, that's fine there. Let's now go to the questions. So we now have about 4 marks. Use the graph to estimate the roots the roots of this equation when x is equals to 0 there. Okay, so the roots when x is equals to 0. So basically we are looking for these points, this point and this point. So you come and simply measure, count the boxes and write down. So you find out for the first one, our x is minus 2 point, that's 1, 2, 3, 2.3 there. Then for this one, the here. Then for the other one, this side here, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nearly at the half there, at the center. So it's like 0.5 there. So the roots are, we can say the roots are, x values are equal to minus 2 point, we said minus 2.3 or 2.3 or 0.5. Okay, like that. Let's move on to the next question. The gradient of the curve at the point where x is equals to 1, x is equals to 1, x is equals to 1 here. Okay, it's equal to 1 there. So what you do, you make sure when you open your ruler, you draw in such a way that it is opening here is the same opening and this side is the same opening there. Okay, so that's how you do that, and you take extreme values. So in this case, I'm going to take extreme values. I'm going to take this one, this point here, and then another point, which is this one. Okay, so I'm taking basically this one going down there. Okay, this one here. The other side is not coming out nice. Okay, it's not coming out nice here. Okay, so I have coordinates for this one, that's a 2 and a minus 5 here. And for the other one here, it's a coordinate of that's 0.2 and a 1. Okay, so our gradient is change in y over change in x. So it's going to be, I can say this is my 1.1 and this is my 0.2. So if I say y1, that's a 1 minus 5 over a 0.2 minus a 2 there. What do we get? 1 minus 5, that's a 6 over 0.2 minus, I get a minus 1.8 there. So I'm going to divide 6 divided by 1.2. I'm getting a 5. So my gradient there is 5. So basically it will be plus or minus there. Okay, let's move on to the other question. Area bounded by the curve and the x-axis. Okay, so the area that we are looking for, guys, is this one. We are looking for this area here, this area here, this area there. Okay, so you count the boxes. So you find out I've got 1 square unit, 1 square unit there. I have 2. I've got this one, and if I add it with this one, that will be 3. Then I have this one and this one. So at the end of the day, I can roughly say this is 3 point, this is like a half here, and another like a 1/8. So I can say this is basically 3 and 3.7 square units. 3.7 square units. There is a formula for this I'm going to share with you in another video. So the area is going to be 3.8 units squared. Okay, like that. Let's move on to the other question. Oh, we are done with this question. Okay, number 8. So you now have like 24 marks now. Number 8 is this one. We have got this diagram. Okay, so we are given the angles, 90 degrees there, 40. Okay, let me just go straight to the question. Name the triangle that is similar to CDE. CDE. Okay, this one there. Okay, so it means we want another triangle that has got an angle of 35 there. Okay, you find out the triangle is A, where we have same angle there, because this is a Z angle, this is a Z angle there. So I can say this is 35 there. Okay, so let me just rub off this. So I can say this is 35 here degrees. Okay, so I can say the triangle that is similar to CDE is triangle. The angle is wrong here. The angle is at C, is ABE. Okay, they are all going to E, and the angles there are the similar points there. Okay, because you must make sure that the same angle is the same there, and they are also sharing an E there. So that's how you can also determine that. Now they are saying after that, calculate angle ABE. Where is our A? A, where's our B? Okay, B is up there. Let me see. A, B, E. We want this angle there. Okay. So basically that angle, we can say this is a triangle, this one. And here I have 35, here I've got 90, and here I've got 40. So I can find the remaining by using angle in a triangle, add up to 180. So I can say 180 degrees minus 40 minus 90 minus 35. So here I'm getting a 15 degrees when I do that. So that's the angle there. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Calculate EC. EC. So we now want to find EC. Where is EC? EC is this side. Okay, so you find out I've got EC. I can say I've got this side. Yes, I've got this angle. Which one can I use? This one. EC. Let me see the angles that I have. Okay, fine. That's good. That's good. Opposite there. Oh, fine. So for EC, it's easier for me to first of all find this angle. It's going to be 180 degrees minus 90 minus 40. So I'll get here a 50 degrees there. Okay, so now with this triangle, let me redraw it on the question. We want EC. Okay, so EC is going to be like this. This is our E, this is our C. And here I've got 8, I've got 40 here, I've got 50 here, I've got 90 degrees there. So I can say my EC is going to be equal to, using sine angle, EC is equal to EC over sine 40 degrees is equal to 8 over sine 50 degrees. Okay, so EC is equal to 8 times sine 40 degrees, sine 40 degrees over sine 50 degrees. Okay, so let's punch in our calculator. If we punch in our calculator, sine 40 degrees is equal to, this is equal to 8 times 0.64228 here over sine 50 degrees is equal to 0.7660 there. When I divide, I get my EC as 6.71 the centimeters there. Okay, I hope they are centimeters. Let me just check centimeters. Yes. Okay, so that's how we calculate EC there. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is asking about BD. Let's see, where is our BD? BD. Oh, this one. BD. Okay, so I'm going to redraw this so that we have a clear understanding of what is happening. BD. We have our B and our D there. Okay, so we have something like this. This is my 8, this is my 10, and this angle, were we given this angle? No, but we know it's 90 plus 35, that's 125 degrees. Okay, So it's going to be 125 degrees here. And which other angle do we have? I think we have got a D there. Let me see. We've got 40. So if we have 40 here, I can also find this angle there. Okay. How do I find this angle? I can say 90 minus 180 minus 40 minus 90 minus 35. I'm going to get 15 degrees here. Even if I use the set angle, that one, I was going to get the same thing. So let's just fill in. Here we are saying 15 and here it's 40 degrees. Okay, so now let's find our BD. Find out our BD is going to be using also sine angle. Is BD over sine 125 degrees there is equal to, I can use the 8 angle there, is going to be equal to BD 8 over sine 15 degrees. Okay, so BD is equal to, you could even use cosine rule, it works, but this is faster. 8 times sine 125 degrees over sine 15 degrees. Okay, so this is equal to BD is equals to, when we punch in, I'm getting here 25.332 centimeters there. Okay, so that's the side of BD there, it's longer. Then we are also asked the area of triangle BCD. Let's see our BCD. BCD. Oh, that's the same triangle actually. So we are still using the same diagram there. And we want area. So now, area, we can say area is equal to half AB sine theta. Okay, so this can be my A, this can be my B there. And my theta is this one. So this is my theta there. So I'm going to say half of 10. Why? Because I want to use the raw numbers. These ones are raw numbers. They are not rounded off like these ones. Okay. Times 8 times sine 125 degrees. Okay. Let's see, what do we get? 2 here, 5. So I'm getting 5 times 8 times sine 125. Sine 125 degrees there. I'll get my area is 32.77 centimeters squared. Okay, let's go to the other question. The shortest distance from D to AC. Let's go from D to AC. From D, where's our D to AC? AC is this one. So basically we are looking for this. Okay, and this will be a 90 degrees there. Okay, so let me just redraw this information so that we can properly calculate it down there. Okay, if I'm to redraw this, I'm having my AD there, AC there, and this is my, it's now a little bit too much there. Okay, so we want this angle here, this is that one. So I can name this X here, this is our D there. Okay, and here was 10, and here was 35 degrees. Let's just confirm. Yes, 35 degrees, this one. Yes. So let's just continue. So this is 35 degrees here. Okay. So I can use this information to calculate my angle. And when I say this is 90, this angle here becomes 180 minus 90 minus 35. I'll get 55 degrees here totally. So I can say dx is equal over dx over sine 35 degrees is equal to 10 over sine 90. Okay, I wasn't going to use the 90, the 55 anyway. So my dx is equal to, sine 90 is equal to 1, guys. So I can say it's 10 times sine 35 degrees. Okay, so dx is equal to 5.73 centimeters. Okay, like that. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so for this one, we want to find the value of m there. Okay, and n. Okay, we are given 50 students. This is very, very important number of students there. And usually for us to calculate frequency density, we say our frequency density is frequency divided by our class width. Okay, so maybe let's just calculate the class width first. Class width for the first one here, so I'm just having class width here is 5, here is also 5, here it's 10, here it's 5, and here it's 15. Okay, fine. That's good then. Okay, we can even calculate midpoints. Midpoints for this one, we are saying 15 plus 10, and we divide by 2. So I'll get for the first one, that will be 12.5, and for the second one, that's 17.5. 20 plus 30, that's 25 here. 30 by 35, that's 32.5 here. And lastly, I've got 42.5. Okay, so these are the midpoints there. Now let's answer the question. I was doing this because normally we'll be asked. So frequency density, we said frequency density is equals to frequency over class width. So to get my substitute there, my m is my frequency. So I'm saying m over class width of that one is 10. Okay. And is equal to, we are getting 1.4. So at the end of the day, if I multiply both sides by 10, my m is equals to 14. Okay. Then when we go for the n, then using the same formula, fd is equals to f over class width Then we are saying our frequency, we are looking at our n is equals to our frequency, that's 2, over our class width, that's a 5. So we are getting here 0.4 there. That's our n value. Then the other question is saying state the modal class. Modal class is the class that has got more frequency. So you find out our m is 14, here. Our n is 0.2 there. So the class that has got more number, you find out it has got 15 there. Is this one. So the class, we write 15 to h less or equal to 20, like that. Then the last question is saying calculate an estimate of the mean. So the mean now, we are going to be using the midpoints, and we multiply with our frequency. We add midpoint by our frequency and so on. Let's do that. Okay, so we are going to get mean is equal to 12.5 times 10 for the first one, plus 17.5 times 15 for the second one, plus 25 times 14, plus 32.5 times 2, and lastly plus 42.5 times a 9, and we divide by the total number of student number there. The total number of plants was 50 there. Our same students was 50. So if we do this, we are getting 125. 12.5 times 10, that's 125, plus 17.5 times 15, that's 262.5, plus 25 by 14, 350, plus 31.5 times 2, that's 65, plus lastly 42.5 times 9, that's 382.5. All is divided by a 50. Okay, so I will add, I'm getting 1185 over 50. Then this is 59.25. This is the mean. Okay, so we have answered that. Now the other question is asking us the probability there that 2 plants are chosen at random and their plants have got heights greater than 30. So let's go to greater than 30 there. Greater than 30, so it's this one. So it's going to be 2 plus 9, okay, over a 50. Okay, so it's going to be, probability is going to be 2 plus 9, that's 11. 11 over 50. So we have taken one plant, we multiplied the second plant, we subtract here 1. That will be like now 10 over, total was 50, we subtracted 1, that's now over 49. So if we multiply this, we'll get 0.04489. Okay, so this is our probability. Then the last part of the question is asking us to draw a histogram using the data that we were given. And we must take note of this: 2 centimeters to 10 units for the height, and 4 centimeters to 1 unit for our frequency. Okay, so let's do that. We are moving from what? From 10 to 50. Okay, fine. So let's draw that one. Drawing that one, we are saying, let's quickly draw this one. We are moving from, this is a 0, so we are moving from, for our height, there are 2 centimeters to represent 10, so be like 10, 20, 40 there. Okay, fine. So we are moving from 10, so we can say 0, 10 here. Then we say, they are saying the scale is 10, 10, 10, so it will be 20, 30, 40, 50, 2 centimeters. Okay, then these are heights here in centimeters. Okay, then we have got frequency here, frequency, density here. We are moving, they said 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters to represent, so it will be like 1 here, 2 here, okay, then 3 here, 4 here, and we are moving up to the largest that we have was, I think this is everything there. Do we have another largest value? 4 should accommodate everything. Yeah, they all fit. We've got the largest is 3 there. So let's now draw. Okay, drawing for the first one was 10 to 15. So midpoint there. Midpoint, and it was with a frequency density of 2. So we are at 2 here, 10 to 15. So that's a half there, like this, at the center there, like that. Then the second one is 15 to 20, and it's at 3. Okay, so it's above there at 3. So it's at 3 here. And then we are going down like this. Okay, so it's like that. Then the other one is 20 to 30, which is 1.4. 1.4 is just 2 boxes below. Okay, then it goes down like that. Then from there we have got 30 to 35, which is our n was 0.4, so we can still have here 0.4 is here. Oh, it's about 8 boxes. We are going to 35, so half there. Okay, so here it's going like that. Then the last one, we have got 35 to 50, which is 0.6. 0.6, that's above half, so it's about 2 boxes up there. So it's going up here like this. It's going up, then 2 boxes there to 50, like that. Last part was not that correct. Okay, so this is basically our histogram, guys. And normally the area of a histogram, the area that will be in here will be equal to the frequency. Like in this case, I'm moving from 35 to 50 here, so it will be like 15 here. 15, say 15 times 0.6, you get the frequency that you had initially, which was 9 there. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, so that's how we do it. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this question, guys, it's very easy, and if you find out they have drawn for you like this, just quickly go for it. Let's see how they are asking us. The first question is saying, we are using the graph. Triangle ABC is mapped into triangle A1, B1, C1 by reflection. Find the equation of the axis of reflection. Okay, so is our A1. This is our A1, and this is, where is our reflection? Oh, it's this one. Okay, so we want to find, so basically you can draw lines that join these ones together like that, straight line like that one. It's not, that's coming out. Then you can do your bisection there. You can bisect this one. If you want this one, from this point you can draw your arc there. From this point again you can draw your arc there. Then you find out where they cross there. That's your line of axis there. So even if you take 2 points, they will still have the same axis. So that's basically how you do it. So in this case, our line of reflection is this line here, which is this is y is equals to 1. Okay, so that's our answer there. Let's move on to the next question. The next question, so here we said y is equals to a 1. The second question is saying triangle ABC is mapped onto triangle A2 by a certain single transformation. Describe single transformation there, and it's just 2 marks. So we are from here to here. Okay, so you take points. I can take A here. This is my A, and it's going to there. So it's moving like that. It's moving slightly like that. So how do I move from there? Let's take C again. It's moving like that, straight. For B, moving like that. So this is a translation, guys. So this is a translation. So this is basically translation. Okay, then translation vector. Then you write your translation vector in the form of x, y is equal to, how many boxes am I moving in the x direction? I'm moving 1, 2, 3. Then in the y direction, I'm moving 1. So it's going to be 3 and 1. So this is the vector. You are done. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It's saying triangle ABC is mapped onto triangle A3, B3, C3 by an enlargement. Find the scale vector for enlargement, and then the matrix which represent that enlargement. Okay, fine. Let's go to there. We are moving from A to A. That's 1. Okay, fine. Basically, just by me looking, guys, if I look at A, this distance to there is the same distance there, same small triangles there, same. So this thing has not changed much, just by looking. Okay, didn't change. And how do you find the center of enlargement and everything? You can join points. You join your A to A there. You join your B to B there. Okay, that was wrong there. It's 2 astray. So you find out, basically, I'm just doing my freehand. The center of enlargement is at the center OO there. Okay, then another information that we can do, you can use your compass to measure from the center there. You can measure there, and you can also measure there. If they are 1, 1, then you know it's 1. That's another way of doing it. And because it didn't change, but it changed direction, we can say our enlargement factor there is basically here -1. Okay, so let's go to the question. Our enlargement factor is -1. Okay, so you can use either the compass drawing, or you can just see that they have changed. It's like a reflection, sort of, where our C is closer here, our A is now further, and our B there. So basically it's a negative enlargement there of a factor of -1. Then the matrix of enlargement is generally K, 0, 0, K, like that. And our enlargement factor was -1, so it becomes -1, 0, 1, -1, like that. Okay, let's go to the next question. Describe fully the single transformation which maps triangle ABC to A4. Okay, so let's go to A1, A to A4. Where is our A to A4? Okay, fine. So I'm just taking A to B, C to C. Okay, A to A. They are not changing, but the shape has changed. The shape has changed. So when it has changed like this, it means it's a stretch. It's a stretch. It's not a shear. A shear, there should be a point which it did not change. It was going to be B, goes there, and like that, something like that. So it's a stretch. Okay. Then the invariant line, you see the y points are not changing. So the invariant line is y is our invariant line. Okay, that's another point. Now we want the stretch factor. To get our stretch factor, I can get a point and say my stretch factor, let's get a point. Let me rub off this part here. My stretch factor, I can say stretch factor is equal to, since we said our y-axis, our y-axis is the invariant, this line here. We are regarding this as our origin, our point of reference. So I can say point, let me take for point A there. This is image there. So I can say from 0, which is on this line here, on y, to A4 over all to A there, this one and this one. I'm taking these points here. Is going to be equal. Distance here is 2 boxes over here I have 1. So it's going to be A2. If I take another one, which is this one, to A there, you find out I'll still get the same answer there. Okay. For B, it is difficult for me because it is now at the invariant point there. So our stretch factor is 2 there. Okay. So this is how you answer these questions. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, a transformation represented by matrix minus 2, what. Okay, fine. It's going to A5. Then they want the coordinates. Basically, this one you just multiply the way you will multiply. So I'm going to say minus 2 here, 0, 0, 3. I multiply my points, which was A, B, and C. The original points, I had minus 1 and 3, minus 2 and 2, minus half and 1/2 there. Okay. Then I multiply row by column. You find out I'll get points which are the same, which is A5, B5, and C5. Okay, so let's do that. Minus 2 by minus 1, I'll get a 2 there. Okay. Minus 2 by minus 1. Okay, I'm getting a 2. Then plus a 0, that's a 0. So these zeros there, these zeros are not affecting anything. So you just multiply this one and this one. Those are the ones that you just concentrate on. Okay, so let's multiply the next one. 0 by minus 1, that's 0, plus 3 by 3, that's a 9. For B, minus 2 by minus 4, that's a minus 2 by minus, oh, sorry guys. Yeah, that's correct actually. It is actually correct. Minus 2 by minus 2, that's a 4 there. Then 0 by minus 2 there, I'm getting 3 by 2 there, I'm getting a 6. Okay. Then the last one for C, minus 2 by half, I'll get a 1. Okay. Then the last one, 3 by 1.5, I'm getting a 4.5. Okay, so these are not the coordinates. This is how we used to find it. The coordinates are now A5, I'll say 2, 9. B5, I'll say 4, 6. And C5, I'll say 1 and 4.5. Because these are the values there. This will be your X value, this will be your Y value. Okay. So that's how we do this one. So we have done the answer, the question there. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. So for this question now, it's asking us to find, we are told a publisher wishes to produce a book in 2 sizes, a small pocket size edition and a medium size edition there. Okay, fine. Let's do this. So our X value is representing number of pocket size edition copies number. So it's number of pocket size. Then the Y is number of medium size. Okay. So the first one is saying the publisher wishes to print at most 10 pocket size copies. Okay, so when we have that information there, for the at least there, at most, okay, at most, so that will be the greatest, the pocket size. So it's going to be x is less than 100 there at most. We don't want more than 100, but we want 100 there. Then the other one is saying the publisher wishes to print at least 30 medium. So at least it means we want minimum of 30 and above. So it will be like, for the second one, it will be y is greater than or equal to a 30. So these are the two inequalities that satisfy that equation, these conditions. Let's go to the next one. The number of copies of medium size edition copies should be at most 3/5 of pocket size edition there. Okay, so basically here this is a ratio where we are given that the number of copies of the medium is our y will be at most, okay, at most 3/5 of, okay, so basically this will be our x there. So we are saying 3/5 of y, since we are saying should be at most 3/5 of, so we are going to say, now that we want to find the other one, please take note here, our x is less or equal to, because when they say the publisher wishes to print at most, it means we are also starting with 100 and then going below. Okay, so now let's move on to the question we were looking at. The number of copies of medium size edition copies should be at most 3/5 of, okay, so basically this you can have it as 3/5 or you can have it as 0.6. Okay, so with that information we can say y is less or equal to 3/5 of x, like that. Or else, if you are considering the 0.6, you can say y is less or equal to 0.6x. So that is the condition there. Let's move on. We are now given that the cost of producing a pocket size edition copy is $8. So this is going to be by x here. Then of producing medium is $10, so this will be by y there. Okay, then the publisher is only 1,000, so the maximum amount there is 1,000. We don't want to spend more than 1,000. So you find out with that information, we can say $8 there by x plus $10 there by y is going to be less or equal to $1,000, because the producer want to use 1,000 or less. Okay, so you can even remove the dollars there, and I can have my 8x plus 10y is less or equal to 1,000, like that. But we are asked now to show that it reduces to this form there. So you can divide everything by 2. If I divide 8x by 2, I'll get 4x plus 10y by 2, that's 5y. This is going to be less or equal to 1,000 divided by 2, that's a 500 there. So we have reduced to this form. You see now? So it's the same. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. Answer this part of question on a sheet of graph paper. Use the scale. So basically when they say 2 centimeters to 20, okay, so it's going to be each box 20, 40, 60, 80 on both axes, y and x axis there. Okay, then we are given the range that our x is going to start from 0 going to 130 there. That is very important on the positioning of our graph. Then our y is 0 to 100. So that is very, very, very important. Let's go to our graph and see how we can draw this. Okay, so it means I'll have a 0 here. Remember this box there, that's 2 centimeter. That's the one that is going to be 20, 20, 20. Okay, so if we are saying 20, 20, we are going to do this. So it's going to be on the x-axis. We have our 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. It's going up to 130, 120, and 140, because I have to include 130 there. Okay, then for y, so basically this is the x, which is our pocket size. So here we can say these are pocket size copies. Okay, this is our x. Then the y, that's going to be our medium size. This is our medium size, which is our y. Okay, so it's also going 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, like that. Okay, fine. Now let's see how to draw this graph. Okay, let's see our equations. I'm going to zoom in so that we can see how we are going to draw these graphs. So the first one was x is less or equal to 100. Okay, these two are easy to draw, so let's go and draw these two first. X is less or equal to 100. So remember, this is our x here. Okay, so we are saying it's less or equal to 100. So this is our 100 here. Okay, so it's going to be a straight line. Okay, so let me just do this. It's going to be a straight line. So it's going on like something like this. Okay, so this is our x is less or equal to 100. Okay, then for y is greater or equal to 30, I can say our 30 is at the center there, so I can say I can have it going like this. Oh, it's now started to, okay, let's just assume this is a straight line, guys. So this y is greater or equal to 30 there. Okay, then another information, we have the y is this one, y is less or equal to 0.6x. So for me to draw this, I'm going to say x, y, like that. Then I say when x is 0, what is my value for y? It's 0. Okay, then let's say my x is let me take my x as since we are dealing with 10, 20, so let's say my x is 20 there. My x is 20. What is the value of my y? So it's going to be 0.6 times 20. I'll get 12 here. Okay, so these are the 2 points. Okay, so let's draw that. Okay, let's draw this. Let's go and draw this one. So we are saying 0, 0. It's passing through this point. Then the other point is 20, x is 20 and y is 12. So where is that point exactly? You find out 20 is here, then 12 is, this is 20, so half, that's 10, so it's about 6 boxes from the bottom there. Okay, so our point is here. Okay, maybe I should have another point. Let me just have another point. When my x is 80, let me use 80. When my x is 80, so I'm just saying 0.6 times 80, I'm getting my y is 48. So 80 is this one, 48, that's 40. 48, that would be like, okay, let me just zoom in. 48, it's 4 boxes up there. Okay, here. Okay, so this will do. I'm just doing this so that it's easy for me to draw, and it's also going to be a straight line, not broken, because of the condition we are given there. Okay, so this is our y is less than 0.6x. Then the last one is saying 4x plus 5y is less or equal to 500. So let's do the same thing there. So we can say our x, our y there. Okay. When x is 0, what is the value? When y is 0, what is the value? In case I have more other values there. So when x is 0, this becomes 0 there. So I'll have my y is going to be 500 divided by 5. That will be 100. Okay. Then when my y is 0, this one is 0. It's going to be now 500 divided by 4. That will be 125 here. Okay, so I have 0, 100, and 125, and 125, and 0 there. Okay, let's draw this one now. Okay, let me just change the color. Okay, so we are saying we have 0 and 100. Our x is 0 and 100, so that's this point here. Then we have another point of y is 0, and we have 125. So this will be like in the middle of here. 125. Let me just zoom in so that I see where my 125 is going to be, because this is 130 there. 130 is here. So 125 is going to be in the middle here. Okay, fine. Something like that. Okay. So my line is coming from here, going through there. Okay. Like that. Something like that. Okay, so this is going to be our 4x plus 5y is less or equal to a 500. We are done drawing the graphs. Okay, now let's see the question. What are they asking us? They want us to shade the unwanted region there. Okay, so that we see where our values are going to lie. So you find out, if I'm to start with the blue lines, the unwanted was this one. For my x is less or equal to, my one unwanted was that one. Then for y is greater than, this is unwanted region because it's greater. Okay. Then for my red, y is less or equal to 0.5. So what you do when you have such an equation like this one is this. You take any point either at the top here or at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take here this point here, 80 and 40 and 60 there. So I'm going to say my y is 80 because I have y is less or equal to 0.6x there. So when my y is 80, we are saying is less or equal to 0.6 times 60 there. So if I say 60 times 0.6 there, I'm getting 36. Okay, so we are saying 80 is less or equal to, which is not correct, meaning to say that is the that region there is not satisfying the equation, so that will be unwanted region. Okay, maybe to show you what I'm talking about, let me take another point. I'm going to take another point. Okay, let me take another point. Okay, fine. Some things are being rubbed off here. I don't know why or I was going on like that. Let me just try to do it one by one. Okay, like this. Okay, fine. And that point there. Okay. I hope this time it's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take this point. I'm going to take this point here, which has got y is 20. So we are saying 20 is less or equal to 0.6 times our 60 there. So you find out we now have again 36 is greater or equal to 20. So that satisfies the region there. That's how you can tell that this is the wanted region, this is unwanted region. Okay. So for shading for that one, I'm going to have it this way. Let me show you. I'm going to have it. This is my unwanted region. Okay. I'm done with that one. Let's go for the green one now. For the green one, Either you can also do what we did for the red one, but automatically there I can as well. Okay, let's do it so that we don't assume. I'm going to take this point and I'll also take this point here. So this is my point 1 and this is my point 2 there. Point 1, my x is 60 and my y is 25 here. Okay. Point 2, my x is 100 here and my y is 40. Okay, so let's substitute. First of all, for point 1, we are saying we've got 4x plus 5y is less or equal to 500. So I have x is 60, so that's 4 times 60 here. 4 times 60, I get myself 4 times 60, that's 240, plus 5 times y, which is 25. So that's a 5 times 25, that's 125 here, is less or equal to 500. So this is going to be 240 plus 125. I'm getting 365 is less or equal to 500. Okay, which is correct. Let's go to point number 2. I will have 4x, 4 times 100, that's 400, plus 5 times 40 there. 5 times 40, that's 200, is less or equal to 500. Okay, so this is going to be 600 is less or equal to 500. So you find out 600 is more. So you find out when we have a situation like this, point 1 is satisfying the condition, meaning to say it is wanted region. Point 2 is not satisfying, so that is at our unwanted region there. Okay, so if we are now to shade our graph there, we are shading like this. Okay, this is how we shade. So this is how we shade, guys. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let me just rub off so that we answer the other question. Okay. Okay. Okay, like that. Okay. Let me just quickly fix up this part here and this part there. Okay. So we are done now. Now let's answer the last part of the question. Use the graph to determine the maximum number of copies of each book that the publisher will produce. So we want to find the value of x and the value of y, the ones that we can use for this question. Okay. So let's go to our graph paper and see how we can answer this question. Okay. So this is a straight line. This is a straight line there, meaning to say we are also including that point there. Okay. So you find out if we want to have maximum number, we must have, let me go to our graph. We must have more of x and also more of y values there. Okay, so in our case, I can take a point. I can take a point like this one here. That point there, I have my x is 80. That's 84. My y is 25 there. Oh, that's a 30 there. My y is a 30. Okay, then I can take another point here. I can take another point here. My x is 80. My y is that's 32. Okay, that's a 32, 34 there. Okay, like that. I can take another point at the top here. This one here. You find out my x is going to be 72, that's a 72 there, and my y is 44. Okay, now I think we can use these at the maximum that I can find of. And now let's see which one is the maximum that we can use, because we want to have maximum number of copies of each book that the publisher can have, a combination of this one. Okay, if I add, Okay, the maximum here that I can have here, let's consider the cost. The cost is going to determine us which combination we can use. So on our cost, you find out we had 4x plus 5y is less or equal to a 500. Okay, so if I take let's take for the example the first one there, is going to be 4 by 84. Let me just write the answers here. 4 by 84, if we multiply 4 times 84, that's 336 here, plus 5 times 30. 5 times 30, that's a 150. So the total of this one is going to be 150 plus 336, that's a 400. So this one is giving me a 486, which is less than. Then let's use another one. This one, I will get for that one 4 times 72. 4 times 72, that's a 288, plus 44 times 5, that's 220. Okay, so the total here will be 220 plus 288, that's 508. This is giving us more, which we don't want. Okay, so let's do the last one. This one will be like 80 times 4 there, that's 320, plus 5 times 34, that's 170. So if I add 170 plus 320, I'm getting 490. Okay, so you find out this one has got good average, because it's leaving 10 than this one, which is leaving 14 there. And this one is more. We can't use this one because our maximum value is 500. We don't want to spend 500 on or more. So the point that we are going to consider is 80 and 34. Those are the maximum numbers of copies that we are having. For small pockets, that's 80. For medium, that's 34. Okay, so that's how you do this question. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so on this question, we have got a cone. Okay, so it's a frustrum. The diagram above shows a tumbler in the form of a frustrum of a cone ABCD. Okay, so this is the ABCD, this one. That's the frustrum there. With a base diameter of 4 centimeters, top diameter of 6 centimeters, and height OX. Let's see, where's OX? OX is this one there. So this is 12 centimeters. Okay, let's write it down there. Then O is the center of the top, and X. Okay, then we are given there's an H there. So the H down here is going up here and coming to that point there. Okay, now we are given to use pi as 22 over 7. Let's use pi as 22 over 7. First question is saying calculate the circumference of the base circle. Okay, circumference is given by the formula. Circumference is basically, circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, if you want this 2 and this r can give you a d, so you can say it's pi d. Okay, so our pi is 22 over 7. Our diameter for this, calculate the circumference of the base circle. Okay, so the base circle is diameter 4 there. Okay, so it's going to be times 4 here. Okay, so 22 times 4, that's 88, divided by 7. So it's 88 divided by 7, that will be a 1, remainder 1 there, 1. So I'm getting 12.57 centimeters. So that's the circumference. Let's move on to the next question. They are saying the frustrum is extended to E with a height EX of 8 centimeter. So we want to find now the height there of h centimeters there. Okay, so when we have such a case here, because these are similar, this is a one cone that I can say, we are having a situation like this. We have a cone here like this, then we have another small one inside there. Okay, small one like that. So let me use another color here. We have a small one here like this. So this is the situation that we have. Okay, so the height from here to here, there, that's where we want to find our h, is in the same ratio as the height from here to down there. Okay, that's the height here. So it's like we have 12 plus an h there. Okay, so remember also our radiuses. At the first we're given diameter as 6, so this is going to be 3. For the smaller one in red, the radius was 4, the diameter was 4, so this is going to be 2. So we can use ratios here. And I can say when my, I can even just use ratios directly, that the radius of 3 over the height is 12 plus h there is going to be the same as the radius of the small over the height of the small, like that. It's the same ratio there. It's going to give me the same thing. So I can now do cross multiplication. So I will have 3h here is equal to 2 by 12 plus h. Okay, so this is 3h is equal to 2 by 12, that's a 24, plus a 2h here. I will take my 2h this side, it becomes minus, so I'll have 3h minus 2h is equal to 24. 3h minus 2h, I will get an h which is equal to 24 centimeters. So the value of h there is 24. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Calculate the volume of the tumbler, which is the flustrum. So basically the volume that we are looking for is this one. We have our bigger part here and we have the smaller here. This is the volume we are looking for. Okay, this is the volume we are looking for. But how do we calculate that? We are going to consider that this is a cone, bigger cone, minus the area of the smaller cone. Then we get the remaining part that I have shaded there from here to here. Okay, so let's do that. So I can say, in other words, I've got big cone. I'm saying volume of big cone minus volume of small cone. Okay, like that. So this is equal to volume of a cone is basically 1 over 3 pi r squared h. So this is the formula of calculating the volume of a cone. So now substituting with what I have, I've got 1 over 3 pi r for the bigger one was 3, so I'll say 3 squared. My h for the bigger one was, from the previous question, was this one, 12 plus h. So it's going to be 12 plus 24, which will give me 12 plus 24, that will give me 36 there. Okay, so I will say here by 36. Minus, for the smaller one, it's also 1 over 3 pi. Radius for the smaller one is 2 squared times the height. The height for the smaller one was h, which is this value that we calculated there. So it's going to be times our 24 there. Okay, so if I'm simplifying, I'll get 1 over 3. Remember, our pi is 22 over 7 times 3 squared, that's a 9, times 36 here. Minus 1 over 3 times our pi, 22 over 7. 2 squared, that's a 4, times 24 there. Okay, so let's see the ones that I can divide together. 3 here can go there, 3. Okay, what else? 3 here can go into 24 here. I can have 3 into 24, that's what? That should be an 8 there. Okay, because 8 times 3, that's an 8. Okay, so we have 8 there. Now I think it's going to be difficult for me, so I'll just solve it like that. So I'll now have 22 over 7. So let me just multiply 22 times 3 times 36 all over 7 minus here 22 times 4 times 8 all over a 7 like that. So let's see. I'll get for the first one, I've got 22 times 3 times 36, that's 200374, divided by a 7, that is giving me 339.43, minus for the next one there, 22 times 4 times 8. I'm getting 704 divided by 7, that's 100 there, 0.57. So if I subtract 339.43 minus 100 there, I'm getting 238.886 centimeter cubed there. So this is the volume there of the tumbler. Then the last part of the question is asking us express this one. Express the volume of the tumbler in liters. So we want to express this volume. What we know in terms of volume in liters is that 1000 cubic centimeters is equal to 1 liter. Okay. So if I have 238.86 cubic centimeter, it's going to be less. When it's less, I'll take this one over the 1000. Okay, so it will be 238.86 over 1000 times 1 liter there. These are cubic centimeters, cubic centimeters. So what happens? The cubic centimeters will cancel off each other, these ones. Okay, so I now have like 238 divided by 1000. You find out I'll get my answer is 0.2386 there. So basically in liters we have got 0.239 liters there. Okay, so that was the last part of the question, guys. Please remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel and support us by liking or giving comments so that we can also improve on our videos. Thank you. Bye bye.